So guys, okay, I just wanted to talk a bit about being empathic. I don't know, like, to be honest, I grew up in a crazy, crazy family. Oh my God. It's like from my grandparents, from my parents. It was just insane, right? Very unstable and violent and aggressive and crazy. So I don't know. I have the genes for narcissism. Like, I have strong genes for narcissistic personality disorder. Also, I have a chaotic upbringing and abuse. That I've experienced abuse from multiple family members and outsiders. So, two very bad things against me. Yet, for some reason, I am just like really empathic and in tune to other people's like emotional state and situation. So, I feel better if I give myself to have someone else be comfortable, or I participated in helping somebody succeed at something or with something, or assist them in injury when they're injured. I have strong traits of that, and but I was diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. So this is where things get a little tricky. Sometimes I feel like I'm two in one. Like I don't feel comfortable with just labeling myself an empath. Like everyone's doing these days, they're labeling themselves new things, like, stuff we haven't really heard of. But I have narcissistic traits. I guess, that's part of being an empath, but it's just confusing because sometimes I want to believe myself to be an empath. Sometimes I want to just believe that I have a mental illness and borderline, and or maybe I'm even worse than that, because I can get very, very dangerous if I put it into injustice. Whenever I witness injustice, or I'm a part of something going on that's not justified, I am very protective and defensive of that. So then a dark side comes out, and it can be very dangerous. So, but my baseline state of being is a desire I have is for peace, acceptance, to be useful to someone else's life, to enhance somebody else's life, or to join in with others, to experience life with others. I crave deeply human connections. So, like I say in our, like right now, I'm happy with my car. I have a Honda. I try to take care of it, as best as I can, budget-wise. If I have the money, I'll just throw it into the car, because I want to maintain my things that I take pride in, and I don't see a desire to like throw this car away because it has a problem and not fix it, and then just get a better looking or perceived performing car, a better performing car. I'm not like that. I'm not frivolous with money where I will just throw it like that and get rid of one thing and replace the other. That's just chaos. I mean, that doesn't seem that doesn't sit well with me at all. I'll mourn the thing that I couldn't do that. I'll be mourning the car, like you know, like the car that's just a basic Honda car or whatever. You know, I like to personalize my car and make it more of who I am. So I think that if you are set with, you're given something, you appreciate what you're given and you enhance on it. Don't go looking elsewhere, okay? You don't go looking elsewhere for what everyone else has got. You appreciate what you get. And that's another thing that I learned. I was doing, but I do a lot more now, is I have gratitude for what I do have and what I have obtained or whatever. This guy. See, my narcissistic traits come out when people are doing stupid things on the road. Even myself, when I do something stupid, I'm like, what are you doing? You shouldn't do that. Don't do that again. I tell myself, I'm like, hey, okay, you did that bad thing yesterday. Don't do that again. That wasn't right. You don't do that, right? Or you hurt somebody. Don't do that again, you know? That's what I try to keep and maintain in myself. But when I'm around narcissists and highly narcissistic people, now I'm able to track them really good. Better than I used to. Like, now I can narrow them down. Like, I already know my mother's a narcissist. She's always pushing my buttons and trying to bring out the side of me that's very protective and can be dangerous, you know. So then she can point at me and say, yeah, look at this one over here. She's crazy. You gotta lock her up, you know, something like that. See, if I didn't know what I know about narcissism today, I would have been in jail, most likely, because I have a strong desire for justice and anger towards injustices or things that are right that other people are doing that I will point out. I will point out to your face. You shouldn't. What was that? Okay, I will point out to your face, hey, what the hell are you doing? Don't be doing that. You know what I'm saying? I'll be angry about it. So I'm always having angry discussions with my mother because she just doesn't understand that peace is preferred over turmoil because they're narcissists. So that I wasted so many years trying to get through to this person, you know, just getting myself worked up and angry and out of character. So I don't know what other people think about me, but if they know me in dynamics with my mother, they might look at me like I'm a bad person. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh no, something wrong with her, like she doesn't respect people, but that's not true. Because like I said, my baseline is peace. I want relationships with others, good relationships. I don't want to engage with people that are hurtful, spiteful, and abusive and bullying. I mean, yet I experienced that my whole entire life. Like, I would be friends with people, they turn out to be a bully. They hit me, they go behind my back or something, they betray me. I've been in multiple fights, physical fights, where those people would attack me first, always attack me first. I stay out of people's business, even as a teenager. Like, you know, that's not my place. But I will stand up for others. And, you know, one time I stood up for a girl that was just, you know, she was being made fun of by this other mean girl, like this freaking popular girl, and I stood up to her and I said, what the hell are you doing? Like, why are you talking about her and let her be, you know? And then what ended up happening is at the end of the day, her and her friends came up to my locker and she beat me up. Well, she thought she beat me up, but I fought back, and you know, I got pretty angry, and I scratched up her face and neck, and and then you know, broke her chain or something. I forgot what she was wearing, and I ended up. These bullies, they do that shit on purpose to test you or something in their mind, and then later on they're like, oh yeah, you're cool with me, and I'm like, yeah, right, I ain't cool with you, stay away from me. Like, what is this shit? I got initiated into the group. I don't want to be in your group. If you're gonna be like that, tell the people that you don't, like, they didn't do anything to you. It's not their fault that they're the way they are or they're different from you. So that's how I've always been. And I've been trying to be. There's many mean girls, let's say, popular girls try to initiate me into their groups, and I never, because that's going against who I am. I've always been true to myself, even as a child. I recognize, so I do take pride in that. But they always come at me. They're always around me. Even my husband was a narcissist. I didn't know this. Like, it's amazing how they attract to me like a magnet. That's how I know I'm an empath. But again, I have the borderline personality, but this is because of years of being abused integratively with my family, because I was raised on it. I was brought up with two narcissist parents, and then my narcissist mother left my other narcissist father and got with a psychopathic stepfather. Because this one was just, to me, it recognizes to be a psychopath. Either way, I was gonna be screwed, but I never jeopardized my integrity. Like, I never, what do you call them? I don't know, I've always been who I am, and just like hold on to my roots of my family and my identity, and who I am as a person, my likes, my hobbies, and just all that. I keep that inside of me. So that part of borderline, I don't relate to, because I do have a sense of self. I kept that close to me for all the years. I don't know. There's just like a sense of pride and comfort in knowing who I am and maintaining it and not changing it, and not. Anytime I might have to change for somebody, it just really does not sit well with me. It irritates me. It frustrates me, and I'm very defiant against it, because I don't believe in that. Like, because I've been strung around by my narcissist ex, where he just picks up and leaves, moves to new communities, and I'm just like, I don't want to adjust to this. I don't like this. I don't like this community. I don't want to live this way. Whatever. So then I always have to like sacrifice for the narcissist, and not only that narcissist, the ones I grew up with, because my mother, when she left my father in the city, she just moved all over the place. She moved all over the country. I had to get out of all my comfort zones and just be thrown around all around. I lived in so many states, like originated from New York City. Then I went to New Jersey. I try to maintain the connection with New York City since I was close enough. North Jersey is right next to New York City. Thank God I was able to go back and forth. But then I met this narcissist. Not only was my mother a narcissist and my father a narcissist, but then I met up with the freaking ex that's a narcissist, and he just was all over the place. And I ended up moving to Florida. And then after Florida, I moved back to New York City. Then after New York City, I moved back to Florida. And then it's just like, okay. So I live in New York City, New York City, Florida, New Jersey, she did move with my sisters and my brother to Pennsylvania, but I was not part of them at the time. I was with my husband, so I didn't go. I never lived in Pennsylvania, but I have visited there. And then they dare tell me that I move around a lot. Okay, you know what? Hey, it's part of me, in a way. Like, I don't mind it. Like, I learn to adjust to any environment, but I maintain myself. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's a healthy thing, I've heard. So, I pick up certain things from everywhere I go, but I always maintain myself, my originality. I hope to. I'm trying to, but it's hard to when you can't find the things that you're used to around the place you're at. It's crazy, but ideally, I would just stay in New York City my whole life, probably. Or I really grew attached to Florida. I really like Florida. So, I mean, that's also from my background because I'm half Puerto Rican, and my ancestors and my family's from the island. So, I kind of like that scenery of tropical setting. I really don't like the most of the U.S. at all. It's just not who I am. So, like I said, I was raised in New York City. New York City's like a melting pot of culture, and my grandparents are from their countries, and they know different languages. So I'm very well rounded like that. Ethnic. I'm very ethnic, and so teaming up with narcissists or being raised by them, they don't keep any kind of culture or genuine integrity. They just really don't. They just fit in. They slither into any environment. They change everything about themselves. It's fucking up. It's insane to be that way. But they do it. So I know I went too far already. Jeez. We had a quick check. I don't feel motorcycle going too far. Anyway, so like I said, I'm pretty sure I'm an empath, but the borderline part is confusing. How can you be a borderline and an empath, I mean, from the damage that have been done to me by these crazy sick people, that they try to end my life multiple times, and it's just like attack after attack. How do you stay normal? So that's why I say I'm a borderline, but I'm also an empath. This is a new concept now, this empath thing. So maybe they'll find more, they'll research more on it. People are not put in one little box, perfectly. They don't fit in one little box. So, like I said. Anyway, but the effect of the narcissist on me is highly detrimental to my health and well-being. Incredibly so. Okay? So, the best thing to do is to get away from these people if you are a victim. If you become a real victim, somehow worse, and end up on the news, in one way or another. So that's my advice to everyone. You have to do the research. You have to put in the work, study these people, and study who you are. You have to know who you are as a person. And that's how you become free from the clutches of the captivity of the narcissist. Specific. Your mind can get free, and then you can physically get free, and then it'll go from there. So I hope everyone is doing okay. Please leave me a comment to encourage me to make these videos. Like and subscribe, and